Hello, I'm really excited to be here today. I'm with Dave Newton from Medikit, who's invented one of the best things, I think, in the plumbing industry since the last 30 years. Hello, Dave. Could you tell us a little about who you are and what you've done?
I started out as a plumber, and I decided, having seen so many people have to throw away taps that were completely and utterly usable, aside from having spare parts, to invent a universal version. It was actually driven by one of my customers, Doreen, an elderly customer of mine. We have a phrase in Yorkshire called coppering up, where you go around and you find what money you've got in the sofa and all the rest of it. She had to pay my bill for a new tap that I was forced to fit because I couldn't get spares. And basically she said to me, "David, it's more important to have a cup of tea and to wash up than it is to eat." Yeah. And that really riled me.
Yeah. So you invented that product off the back of, you saw customers have a problem.
I'd seen that customers were having a problem for years, but that was the catalyst. That was the thing that really drove me. The fact that this poor lady was having to throw something away and forced to put in something that she could ill afford, simply because spares weren't available.
David, as a plumber, do I have to replace a tap just because it's dripping?
No, you don't, not anymore. Historically you did, because there were 5,000 variations that you didn't know, so you'd have to hunt around. Today you can use a tap Medikit. So within the kit you can do approximately 4,000 different cartridges as you rock up to the customers, and you can do those and be gone in 15 minutes.
So I can repair the cartridge now rather than actually trying to find one, which I could never find one because there's over 5,000 variations.
Correct. And more the point is that you don't end up upsetting the customer, because the customer never believes you when you tell them that these parts aren't available.
David, how does this kit of yours actually work, and how can I repair a tap now?
We have universal bodies in 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch, and we have a selection of spindles with different lengths and with different spline counts on them, and all the other things that you need, those little things you need to do, for example, to change the seat depth. So we can accommodate, you can make there on site something like 4,000, about 80 to 90% of the taps you'll come across. So if you can change, if you can choose and change a diaphragm washer for a fill valve, then making a tap Medikit cartridge is a piece of cake.
I used to repair taps with washers, and then taps changed, didn't they? They changed to quarter turn, which was brilliant for people with arthritis. When did taps start to change? When was the cartridge for that quarter turn tap kind of came about?
That came about, the original invention was in the mid-50s, but it was really the 80s when manufacturers in the UK started moving towards ceramic discs completely. And they're fantastic for, as you say, for older people, because they're much easier to use. They don't have to struggle to turn them off and to open them. It's now a case of something like 70% of all taps sold are using ceramic discs. So they're more and more prevalent. Unfortunately, consumers still think we use rubber washers back from 1845, and we no longer do.
So it's been the case, and I know this as a plumber, that lots and lots of taps are being thrown away just to repair a dripping tap. And obviously that's not friendly for the environment, it's not circular economy, and your kit can now get taps actually repaired rather than throwing them away.
We have been told that our kit is probably around 1% of the environmental footprint of changing a tap. And more importantly, if you're fitting one of our cartridges, that tap can go on until you decide to change the tap. You're no longer forced by anybody else to change that tap.
In the past, I've had a customer that had a dripping tap. That tap had to be replaced. They then had to match up the bath taps to look similar to the one that got replaced. So it ended up with 4 taps being replaced just because of one dripping tap. So once again, your kit can sort of alleviate that problem.
All of that issue goes away. Simple. Just one simple visit goes away. One of the things that we do from a consumer point of view and from a trades point of view is sometimes you've got taps on the back of a bath. Now they take just 40 minutes to change rather than having to take the whole bath out and change the whole bath, new tiling, goodness knows what else. A minimum charge of something like £1,000, minimum, when you can now do it for literally peanuts.
So a plumber can actually get to the tap, isolate supplies, take the tap apart, take out the cartridge in there, put a new one in and build it up with your kit job done. They haven't had to remove the whole bath away from the wall. David, is it easy for me to order parts for this kit?
It's very easy to order parts for the kit. Very easy indeed. As and when you use parts from the kit, you simply go onto the website, reorder them, and you're not forced to replace the whole kit. So anything that earns you money and does a decent service for your customer, you simply replace.
I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much. This is your opportunity to rate us. Drop us a like if you think it was good. Leave us a comment, subscribe, share it with someone you think you might like it, and we'll see you soon.